Alright, we are audible, I think, yep. And we're in the middle of Inferno Island. So there we go. This is race 2 of Latin America versus Poland. And I'm saying up. We're a bit late, but we're gonna try and get this match commentated anyway.
Right. So
we're looking at Poland using Revvylo. Just
yeah. I'm just
speed.
accounting for all the characters. So yeah, you're currently on the final lap of this race. I'm not entirely sure who's playing at the moment, but if all the Rillers are for Poland currently have first and fourth against second and third. So that is 5 who has finished in first place, and Jane with 4th, Mati with 5th, and Zertzio with 6th. I believe that is a win for Poland. So don't really know the scores just yet, as we have missed the first couple of races, it seems, and we do not have the track list. So, but yeah, just stay tuned. We shall get up to date shortly.
I'm getting it all sorted. Oh shit, I'm choking.
But yes, nonetheless, this is a very important match for both teams here, as this pretty much will decide each team's fate in regards to qualifying for the group stages, as if the loser of this is looking very likely to not qualify. So it's vitally important for the teams here to win this match. This is probably the most important match of the seeding phase so far for both of these teams, and probably the most important match of this World Cup so far. You see, we do.
There you go. I got the scores. +12 for Poland right now.
So yeah, Poland do have the lead at present even. And yes, we have 5 Zertzio, Mati, and Jane for Poland, and we have Liti, 03, Dongitos, Killer, and Gustavo for Latin America. But this should be a interesting match, because Latin America, although they haven't done too well in the seeding phases, they've had some close games with pretty much all of their opponents. So they have not been, they have played pretty well. And this is probably the same thing for Poland. I know they took a bit of a beating earlier on, but their first couple matches were actually pretty strong, I believe. I can't remember who they beat. They played Australia the first week. And they won pretty convincingly against Australia, and they put up a pretty decent fight against, my memory is failing me right now, I believe it was Germany in week 2? I might need correcting on that. Yes, it was Germany. And it was a pretty close game, but yeah, both teams vital for this win. And I'm looking at the wrong POV.
Oh.
Okay. Yeah. There we go. Right. So we have Poland with all the Ridders, and all the other characters are Latin America. So you see Jane slowing down there to get the mask, and he gets the first lap mask and takes out quite a few players. Is he going to get the breakaway on lap 1? Takes out another Latin American player. Can't quite see who is in first at the moment, but they do have a green shield. And yeah, it's looking fairly decent for Latin America at the moment, other than Jane in 4th there. Has a missile, so should be able to take Killer down here. And the missile doesn't even target Killer, it goes straight for Gustavo. There we go. Oh, and there goes Yana. Gets taken down with that back bomb there by Killer.
All right.
So we have very strong positions for Latin America at the moment, but we do see the pink and green Rilla now move up into 3rd and 4th place. Not entirely sure exactly who is using the different skins right now, but still a Latin America win so far. Top 2 positions do have a bit of a breakaway from 3rd and 4th, so I expect I'll be needing a power item at least to try and catch up with these guys. As you can see, the field is pretty spread out between the positions between 1st and 2nd and 8th. There is a long distance. It's going to take more than just a couple of power items if they really want to bunch the field up anymore.
Okay, I'm just about finished up setting up all the stream stuff. I apologize for being so late, but I can actually start helping out with commentary. But so what we're looking at right now, we got top 2 of Dong and Killer, and then 4 Rillas behind them. This is gonna be a this looks like it's gonna be a very uneventful race unless we see some power items coming out.
Yeah, I mean, these positions have been pretty stagnant for the last couple of laps at least. As everyone is just so spread out, and you got those 4 Rillas in the middle. You know, it's just top 2, then the 4 Rillas, and then the bottom 2 are just that far away. But we did see a Rilla hit a Nitro there. I didn't quite see which Rilla was hit. And we do see a clock, so that could change things up a little bit. I'm not entirely sure who got the protection there, but Yane was protected, as he does have some speed. And we have an orb as well coming into play. So, and we see Killer just pulling a shield just in time for that orb. So that was a lovely timed shield for Killer to avoid that orb. So should top 2 will keep their positions. So no movement in the top 2, as they did have a breakaway in the first place. But we do see that these power items have made an effect on the middle. And we see another orb as I say this, but yes, we do see another orb. And is that another orb again? Or is that the same one? Am I being Pepega? That looked like another orb just after that. So after the uneventful first 2 laps, we do see a lot of power items coming out in this lap. But it's looking like it's caused Poland some damage here, as they have lost those middle positions. So this is looking like going to be a strong win for Latin America, going to reduce that points deficit. As I say that, one of the Latin Americans get taken down, and Poland secures that 4th position momentarily. Will they hang on to it though as they cross the line? We see Yane causing some damage at the back with a mask. But yeah, as we see, Donguitos and Killer easily taking the top 2 positions there, so that will be a Latin America win.
Not a huge win, so it won't be enough to bring them in the lead, but it's gonna reduce that point difference just a bit for Team Latin America.
Yeah, it's not a huge win by any means of the imagination. But fairly uneventful race. We did get all those power items, but it didn't have much effect on the midfield battle. So yeah, Poland shouldn't be too concerned about that. It's, keeping it fairly close, as I'm sure this war will be a close one throughout. But yes, we see Poland now in the lead by 7 points. So we have 6 races remaining, so still plenty of time. Or is it 7? 7 races, excuse me, to go.
see if I can work this out. 10. Okay.
Yes.
I'm
Okay, so
gonna
now
be the first person to actually use the characters in the table.
imagine that. But now we do have a identifier. But yeah, just using the skins, I believe 5 is the regular Rillaru, or the, well, I say regular, the fixed Rillaru with the normal skin. Sergio is the green, and Matty is the pink Rillaru.
And you can see them all there on the table.
Yes.
Beautiful. So we're on to Jungle Boogie after this.
So yes, we are. Jungle Boogie, we now get the first look at the track list, and it seems Poland have picked some very like short tracks here. You know, we've got the classic Boogie, Carnival, well, I say Caves is a short track, but very simple tracks here, really. If you look at the track list, there's no real Blue Fire tracks as such, other than Thunderstruck and Cortex Castle. So interesting by both teams, really.
Yeah, we've got this strange track list for Poland, actually. Jungle Boogie, Koala, Gorge, those are not exactly popular picks, so
Yeah.
they've definitely put an interesting spin on this match with those picks.
It's been I haven't seen Koala Carnival at all, really, in this World Cup. So it's interesting to see that.
I think Poland have picked it like every time. It's definitely been a repeat pick for them.
I can't say I have noticed, but yeah, overall, a lot of the very short tracks in the picks here.
Maybe they're all just fed up of the World Cup and they want it over and done with.
Maybe that could be the case. Maybe they feel like they'd have more decent results on the shorter tracks, more on the more RNG heavy tracks. I don't know.
Killer here, he's oh shit. I've done the thing.
We do not have the correct. You've done the thing.
I've done the thing.
Okay, so we are on lap 2 already. Actually, lap 3, as Revvy's done it again. But
the signature move.
The signature move, but we do see Poland with first, third, and fourth here. So it's currently got good positions, but it is Jungle Boogie, so anything can happen. A couple of power items and it causes carnage. But Killer is in second place with a shield, so he should be protected from some back spam. Don't know if he's going to be able to do much damage to first place here, which is 5. But he does have a missile in reserve if he feels he can get the shot off. But would he want to risk losing the shield? As it looks like 5 loses fire, and he gets hit by a beaker, but the missile doesn't actually work and lock onto 5. So it's a bit lucky there. And yeah, so the battle will continue with back spam, but we see Yana is in the back, not really close to anyone, it seems. I think the pinstripe is behind him, and I believe that is Lighty. I don't know how to pronounce it. We do see an orb come out as Killer does hit a beaker just at the wrong time, so he does get double comboed. Triple comboed as the orb hits him, and he gets back bombed by 5. But it does not matter, it still holds on to the second position. And 5 does secure first, and Dongito's third, Yano 4th, Matty 5th, Zertio 6th, Lighty 7th, and Gustavo 8th. So that is a Poland win, I believe.
Yeah, maybe. We'll see.
Maybe. Yeah.
God, I'm so out of it right now. Okay, we're back at plus 12. This number has been it's been there for a while.
Indeed, it has. So it was a marginal win for Poland there. Say some good positions.
They pretty much reversed the previous race with that.
Yep. So all good there. as we see the scores on the board. And we will go going into another chaotic track of Kawana Carnival. It's just as chaotic as Jungle Boogie, so kind of an unpredictable track. It's very dependent on the power items, more so than some of the others, potentially. Maybe we shall see some pulse width activity on this track. But, well, I'm not sure on the Latin American players on the use of pulse width. I know Dong can do it. Not too sure on Killer. Actually, saying that, I seem to vividly remember last World Cup Killer doing the pulse width. So. But as we know, Poland not particularly fans of using Super Engine pulse width, so we shall see. But
yeah, this is a track where Super Engine pulse width doesn't have too much impact. Like,
no.
You lose a lot of time just because you don't have blue fire after the ramp, so
yeah,
it's like it saves maybe like 1 or 2 seconds on another person.
It's definitely not one of the strongest tracks, but still has some potential to be used in specific situations.
It's more used as like, you know, catch up to then kill people rather than like use it to escape them.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Yes. Going into race 5, we shall see if Poland can keep their lead. I expect to see a lot of items on that first set of crates, so we shall see who comes out on top. And my stream froze temporarily. Perfect timing.
So now we see Killer's got the break here, and Dong looks to be just behind him, but the pack's pretty tight, so anything can happen now.
Yep, the pack is tight, and yeah, they do have the top 2 breakaway, but we do see Matty in between them. But does he lose fire there? Oh, no, he didn't lose fire, he was just off screen, but he does get taken out by a blue shield. So he goes down, and that is now first, second, and third for Latin America. So these are good positions. They just want to hold on to them. Got a TNT wall there on that corner, so if someone's not watching out, they might get hit by them. We see Yana in the back. He does have a mask. And yeah, these top positions are looking fairly secure, although Zertzio is moving up into the field, and Poland do now have 3rd and 4th. And Killer and Dong have got to be careful here because they got very close to each other while Killer had that shield and almost took out Dongito, so I'm not entirely sure what happened there. But yeah, it's kind of close, but Killer should be secured here with his double blue shield. Should just have to hold fire.
We see Yana getting taken out in the back, so now the 2 Latin Americans and Bomb 2 are going to be making their push up into better spots.
Mm-hmm.
And the Pinstripe's got another kill, judging by the minimap, so
yep.
Positions are getting pretty strong here for Latin America, but that one Coco is having a hard time in the back, so they're not going to be getting as much positions they could potentially.
Yeah, we see Yana there with a mask, so he's breaking away from that Coco pretty convincingly. I can't see him making up much of a gap unless we do see a power item and he doesn't have a shield. But he does hit a red beaker, so that could drop him down to that 8th position because he loses fire. And you do lose a lot of time here, and he gets comboed with a mask, so yep, he does lose those positions. But we see Zergio and 5 both just maintaining their positions. Probably gonna... top 4 is probably not gonna change as we cross the line. But yeah, it's another win for Latin America as they've made a small comeback, it seems, with 1, 2, and 5. So that is pretty nice positions for Latin America. Not a big win,
I'm starting
but
to
still a win.
notice a pattern in this match at the moment. We're seeing a lot of instances where Dong and Killer are top 2, just driving the whole race, and a lot of instances of just like barely any power items coming out.
Yeah, we're just getting the classic breakaway and then maintain positions with a lack of power items. I mean, we got those power items in assembly lane in the last couple of laps, but they didn't really have much impact because the top 2 had already broken away that much. And yeah, although we missed part of Jungle Boogie, it was pretty much the same thing with the breakaways, but you know, we shall see. Going into halftime, only 5-point difference. It's all to play for, and either team could win it at the moment.
And in the captain chat, we're going to have a host change.
Yeah, so
Killer's going to be hosting the second half.
I was kind of expecting that, as I do not believe that these teams have the best of connections with each other. But Poland are going to be...
I haven't seen much lag so far from the POVs, so...
No, I haven't, but we don't know what the other players' connections are like. These two seem to be okay. We did see a bit of a wonky missile from Yane on streamers. Didn't target the player that was directly in front of him and went for the player 2 positions ahead of him. But other than that, hasn't been too bad. But I don't know if Poland are going to be satisfied with the positions that they've got in the first half, because I know it's not a completely laggy war, but it's generally what happens with these bad connection wars or mildly bad connections is they want to do good in the first half that they are hosting and try and get the points deficit. But we shall see. The connection might not be too bad, so that might not have that much of effect. But we will be going into the Latin America track picks into the second half with Thunderstruck and Crash Cove. Thunderstruck, one of the few blue fire tracks in this war, so it'll be interesting to see how that one plays out. I know
that's a Dongito's pick right there.
Yeah, I know. Ever since I've known Dong, he's always been a fan of Thunderstruck. So, yeah, that's definitely a Dongito's track. So it's going to take a little while to reform the lobby with the host change.
Not actually sure where we're at right now. Looks like
hopefully we're not on lap 3 of Thunderstruck.
I've got it under control now.
Okay, we're all good.
I've come up with a solution.
Oh, this sounds promising.
Basically, I've just decided, okay, I guess I'm gonna just have the actual like preview open on my screen instead of looking at like the streams individually. So it means I see what you see right now, other than like one POV just to make sure.
Yeah, that could that hopefully should make you realize when to actually change. It's not just you sitting there while I'm talking about the track picks and we're already 3 laps in.
Judging by the fact that Killer's just gone into Cortex Castle to time trial, I think we might see a little bit of a delay here. I'm not sure what's going on. Maybe they're waiting on a player to turn up or something, but
yeah,
shouldn't be too big of a wait.
Yeah, I'm not entirely sure. We might see a player change or a player has to go or something like that. So just bear with us briefly as we have lobbying. But yeah, this is definitely, I'd probably say, the most important match of this week, even if it is not the top seeds. This is...
Yeah, this is the match that decides who's making it through.
Okay, so apparently Killer is time trialing, but he's actually the host.
Yeah, so I'm not sure what the deal with that is.
He should be setting up the lobby right now, but he's busy time trialing. So that's kind of a yikes to me.
I'm gonna assume it's because Latin America don't actually have a full team.
I mean, either way, he should probably be setting up the lobby, regardless.
Or apparently Troy is hosting.
Okay, Troy.
Instead.
Okay. So we are going to see a substitution. I see.
Hopefully it's not Killer King substituted, because then I wouldn't have a POV for them.
Yeah, that would kind of be funny if he is getting substituted and he's time trying. But yeah, so we will be seeing substitutions for Latin America at least. And yeah, just looking at the other tracks that will be going on later today. Not today, this the remainder of this week. So tomorrow we have Peru, Australia, and Chile and Italy. Any predictions?
Yeah, it seems like all the like matches are going down tomorrow afternoon or tomorrow evening. We got three big matches back to back, like an hour after each other.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I was looking at the wrong schedule. I was not looking at the up-to-date schedule. I was looking on the stream schedule, which is currently not completely up to date.
Yep.
So, yeah,
we do have my domain the stream schedule. I just wait for someone else to send me the updated one, because I can't edit it apparently. With GIMP, I have to have a I have to have Photoshop.
Yes, that is the classic cheap alternative. I am actually an avid user of it myself. Yeah, it does the job. Yeah, and it's free, so absolutely free.
But anyways,
we do have a message from Foons to tell you to look at your DMs.
Yes, Foons. Yes, Foons. Yes, I can play. But anyways, so at 3 AM UTC, so that's in like 7 hours, that will have Peru versus Australia, which it's kind of important, because if Australia beat Peru, I think Peru might actually have a chance of getting knocked out, although Australia will still be out.
Yeah,
no matter what the result. So Australia pretty much holds the decision, holds the key to maybe saving whichever team loses this match.
Yes, that's what the result will be. I mean, both of these teams, you know, whoever wins this should be pretty much guaranteed to go through. But if for the losing team, the Peru-Australia match will be important. But I don't want to be biased or anything, but Australia haven't been playing too well against any team so far. So honestly, I don't think I can see them beating Peru. They just haven't been performing too well for one reason or another. So I'd say Peru are favourites going into that. So it'd be very unlikely that they'll have the results. But the loser of this match will definitely be hoping that Australia can make some sort of a difference. But yeah, the war so far has been pretty good. Been very tight, been very back and forth. No big wins by either team from what we have seen either way. We missed the first 2 tracks, but yeah, either way it's just been very small points wins here and there. As we can see, we're only in the 5-point deficit at half time, so this can definitely go either way. I don't know if either team will be waiting for like the big win that we generally see, the big momentum shifts in these wars that are close, and then teams just can't make a comeback from it. But it hasn't happened so far. It's just been neck and neck the whole way, so it's been a very tight war. And that's what we like to see for such a crucially important match for both of these teams.
Yeah, it looks like the lobby will be getting set up soon.
Yeah, we are still waiting on Troyer, I believe, but yeah, I'm not entirely sure what is going on exactly, as we can only tell by the point of views. You can only see Killer time trialing at Cortex Castle right now.
I do see Yana joining the lobby, so
It seems we
Looks
might be
like
getting
it's-
somewhere, so a lobby is definitely starting to be formed. So we see Killer going for those nice tight lines, and he's pretty neck and neck with his ghost so far. Getting some lovely perfect boosts here, as he does make a bit of a scuff up error and goes a little bit wide there. And he clips the wall there just as he goes over the STP. So he loses a bit of time clipping that wall, but doesn't lose fire. As I am now commentating this epic time trial. And will he finish the lap? I do not know. Will he finish the time trial? As he makes a quick change of direction and he loses fire. So he will not finish this time trial.
that run right there was hanging on by a thread up until that point.
Yeah, yeah. He's kind of looking scuffed either way. But yeah. And he hits the garden post, the garden hedge. Cortex not going to be too happy with Nina coming in and just smashing up the fauna. But yeah. Are we reforming the lobby again, or is we? Oh no, we're just reshuffling the order. Okay, so in theory, you should just be waiting for Killer to join now, as we have a pretty full lobby.
Looks like Troy's going to be replacing Gus.
Yep, Gustavo will be replaced this half by Troyer. We'll see if that makes a difference for Latin America.
And then we'll go on to Thunderstruck finally. And then we get to listen to the epic Thunderstruck music.
This is a banger indeed. But this might be a nice substitution for the Latin America, as Gustavo didn't do too well in that first half, only scoring 7 points, but this might be crucial. Just make that small difference that they need, but they kept it as this close so far, so that just might be all they really need to try and turn the tables here.
Troy is a pretty strong player. He can definitely make a big impact on this match. He's got a lot of experience playing with Killer, especially. So
yeah, I can't exactly remember myself Troyer too well. I don't know if he played last.
yeah, he wasn't around in the last World Cup.
Okay, that explains things.
Yeah, Latin America have quite a different lineup this year, apart from Dong and Killer.
Yeah, Dong and Killer, they were the two big boys, shall we say, in the lineup. You know, they were the powerhouses. Dongitos especially carried the team hard, shall we say. Qwerty as well, I do remember playing, as well as Bang Yang, but Bang Yang and Awesome, but they are now for Argentina. But we do see the start of the race finally. As we see Carnage, as we see Killer getting taken down. Yana has a super engine which he won't want, and we see Killer with a mask in 8th place, so he'll probably wait for Wumpa to juice it up, and he doesn't, but he does get a nice double mask on map 1. But Poland do have the breakaway so far, But are they going to hold on to those positions going into the next few corners?
And we see an orb coming out on lap 1.
Yep.
Killer had the mask active, so he's gonna just go through everyone. There's not very much chance of him having a shield.
Yeah, he literally, with that mask, he's literally just broken away so very easily. And with everyone else losing fire, and Poland's top positions are looking in danger here now, as the top 3 has just been destroyed. As the Latin Americans are making their way up.
Very powerful orb.
Yeah, that was super powerful. Done so much damage. And yeah, they now have they have top 3 now. So not looking good for Poland so far. They're going to need a power item of their own to make a difference here. But Killer has just gone. You know, there's no real catching him unless we see power items.
He's the only person left to have blue fire after that orb.
Yeah, I think everyone was taken down, other than Killer, because he had that mask. Vitally important role there. But
and now Xerxes is the only person left up in the top 4.
Yeah, yep.
He's done a good job. He's actually managed to kill, I believe that's Troya playing
Yeah, it must be Troya. Yeah, that's the only different character we see from the last race. So he does hit Troya, but Troya doesn't lose the position so far, it seems. He does have a bit of a great breakaway from 5, who is following behind. No, Yana is following behind 5. So, but Yana does have a mask. Maybe he's holding onto it for.
5's taken an item crate that's been trapped or something of the sort. So now it's up to Yana to take the.
And we do see a clock.
And the clock comes out, and that is going to do a lot of damage because we've got Yana dodging with a mask.
Maybe they had that clock beforehand, and Yana held onto his mask momentarily and used it, but I don't know. It might have just been a roll of the dice there. But Yana does hit the wall there and loses fire. He should get it back momentarily, but it won't be the super fast blue fire, as it is just crossing over the last blue fire pad.
And they've pretty much lost their chance at catching top 3 right there. So
yeah. Bit unfortunate there for Yanni.
They're going to have to pretty much focus on keeping the 4th Latin American player in the back.
Yes.
Can't quite make out on the map where he is. It's just going over the finish now.
Yep.
So he's already pretty far in 8th, so Poland should have if they just don't hit any back spam, they should maintain these positions and minimize the damage.
Hopefully that will be the case. But this is nonetheless a very strong start to the first half for Latin America with a big points win.
Matthew is actually further behind, maybe. Not sure.
He is.
Looks like he was position glitched.
Yeah, he is position glitched.
I think
he was
will let us
5th.
know which position he is. Yeah,
I think he was 5th.
He was 4th place, so.
Okay. So that is a very strong win. That could be the first strong win that I was talking about in half-time that changes the momentum of this war. But it's still, they are still within close points. Only +6. That's not much of a difference. Can easily be made up in one race. So, yeah. Going into Crash Cove for the next track will be chaotic, as usual, I suppose. I'm not sure if the Latin Americans will utilize the Super Engine Pulsar, as it is very effective on Crash Cove. You can get some lovely nice speed going with the Super Engine Pulsar.
Yeah, so Crash Cove next, and this is it's kind of a pick out of Poland's strategy, really, because Poland's been picking a lot of short Sacred Fire tracks, and so So did Latin America with this one.
Yeah. I mean, they went for mines as well. But I don't know if that was more influential for the Super Engine Pulse Width side of things, why they went for those tracks in particular. Well, not so much Dragon Mines, but, you know, the Crash Cove, Inferno Island picks. As I think that they know that Poland aren't particularly fans of the Super Engine. So that might be the potential strategy that they're thinking of, but who am I to know? I'm not a mind reader. But yes, 4 tracks remaining to play. Only 6 points in it, so all can change in any of these races. Extremely close game going into race 7. So we see Yana slowing down here and waiting till he rolls, and he rolls a mask as his first item here. Will he wait for the Wumper? And I assume he'll go wide here to get the Wumper, but we do see Killer with a breakaway using the mask straight away, and it has first position. But
Yana rolls a second mask in 6th place, so he's going to have a pretty good chance of breaking into first here.
Meanwhile, Killer gets absolutely destroyed there. Yep, so currently 5 in first position with Yana in 2nd place with a mask. That's always nice to have in 2nd place. So he'll probably just hold on to this until he needs it. You know, there's no need to take any risks and just use it because 5 is currently in 1st place. Doesn't need to take out 5, you know. So, but yeah, good positions here from Poland so far. We shall see if any power items has an effect. But as we see Killer with a mask right now, no Wumper, just goes straight for it, and seeing if you can catch up to Matti in 4th place. He is deciding to go wide as his teammates do have masks coming through. But positions remaining pretty stagnant so far, but we do see Matti getting taken down and all
and
those
comes out.
Yep.
Yana's able to react with his mask, so he's going to maintain first, but 5's been hit.
5 has been hit, but I did not see whether... I think Lighty did get hit as well.
Yeah, so it looked like while that was happening, they got hit as well, so...
Yeah, so
Latin America won't be able to catch.
This is unless Killer missiles 5 here, which I don't think is going to reach. It definitely won't reach there. But this should be winning positions as long as 5 takes hold. But Yana does hit a Nitro on that corner. It shouldn't be too bad because he's got such a lead. But we do see a clock.
And that looks like Poland's clock right there. So they're going to get top 3.
Yeah. As we saw Matti just steaming through them there, so he obviously had protection. That top 3 is really, that is just takes those points that Latin America got last race and takes them straight back from them. So that is a great win there from Poland.
And once again we see Latin America gets a win, and then Poland manages to match in the next race and just bring it back to the same score it was before.
Yeah, it's very back and forth, but it's literally top 3 in Thunderstruck, Crash Cove, and then top 3 for Poland. So very back and forth indeed for these two teams. But Yana, very fortunate there to have that mask there in 2nd place to protect him from those power items, and he just literally secured that 1st position.
That was a devastating mask right there.
Yes. There was literally nothing anyone could do to stop him there, but yeah, Matti managed with that clock there at the end, just to make up that few positions that he lost in those earlier laps. So yeah, it's still evens, +5 for Poland, only 5-point difference. So it's still all to play for with 3 races remaining, and it's extremely tight war so far, just back and forth. Going into the track next is Cortex Castle. And we did see Killer time trialing it. Not that it seemed to make any progress doing so, but...
So we'll have a little bit of store because the horses accidentally started the race.
Okay, so, yeah, accidentally started the race. Too early, it seems.
Who would ever do that?
Yeah, who would
I
even
could
ever
never
do that? No. Never ever done that, ever. Perfect host every time. I always select the right track. But, yeah, Cortex Castle is kind of an outlier in this war. Looking at the rest of the tracks, I mean, obviously it's a staple for, or a common track at least, for most wars. So, yeah, it's very much an odd one, to say the least. But I'm not entirely sure who this would favour exactly. I mean, Don Guitos, I know, is very strong on this track. I believe he had world record at one point. If not, he was going for world record and was either second. But yeah, he definitely, I believe back in the day he said it was his favourite track, so definitely not it. He wouldn't be too displeased with Poland picking Cortex Castle here.
Yeah, and I'm curious, we have seen Poland pick this track on a few occasions, but they're not, like, I wouldn't associate them with this track, so.
Yeah, I don't know, yeah. I can't, looking at the lineup, I can't, there's no player there that I know really likes the track. Personally, I mean, I don't know personally. There might be someone or a couple of them that actually love the track, but I think it's just a standard war staple in that regard.
We see Killer right now taking a look at the Wumpa challenges.
Yep, seeing how he's going to get those more Wumpa points. Or Wumpa coins, should I say. Excuse me. Yeah.
He's ever so close to 2 million.
I cannot read Spanish, so... Or is it Portuguese? I do not know. I am small brain. But, yeah. It's vitally important Wumpa challenges. He is looking a bit short on his Wumpa coins there, with only, what, 19 million, was it? So...
Not quite 2 million yet.
Yeah.
I think he's got more than I do.
Yeah, I don't know if it was 1.9 or 2 million, I didn't... 19 million seems a bit crazy.
Yeah.
I didn't count the digits.
1.9.
Yeah, that makes more sense. But not entirely sure what is going on here. We are remaking the lobby. So we have remade the lobby once again. So yeah, we should be going into Cortex Castle now with no issues. All things being well, and we are loading into the race.
So, 3 races left, 5 points in the lead. Poland are... I said that in Yoda grammar right there, but it makes sense, I guess so. We see 5 currently holding the most points, despite taking a long time out of the game. He's still got it. He's still able to score big points for Poland, just like he did last year.
I mean, he is Poland's multiple-time champion, as they do have their own championships, and I believe he is the 3-time champion and undefeated in that regard. So, not surprising to see. I know he doesn't play the game as much as he used to, But we also see Dongito's not far behind with just 1 point difference, as we always expect. I haven't seen a lot of Dongitos lately, but I know he is a very strong player.
Actually, I think we did actually see these teams play against each other last year.
It wouldn't surprise me, as it was around, that same pool. They're both bottom of the table, but we do see carnage going on as 5 gets taken out. And Killer has got a slight breakaway, but he has a black bomb, so will he use it to take out Zerdzio? As he does have a lot of Rillaroos behind him right now. So I believe someone has a shield, but he does get taken out himself. And I believe Zerdzio hits him with the shield. So he's taken down. So this is currently a Poland top 3. So nice positions for them going back after this small break. But will they be able to hold these positions? Is the question.
And I've just looked. They actually did play against each other in the 4th round of the seeding phase. And Poland managed to win by 14 points.
Okay.
But that was with very different teams.
Yeah, both of these teams are a lot stronger now, as we do see Poland's top 3 take a bit of a hit as Mati gets taken out. But still top 2 currently for Poland. As we see Yana in first position with a blue shield, so he should be fairly protected as long as he can use those lines. But it is looking... or maybe not. I mislooked at the map. And yeah, they do have a small breakaway from the Penta. I do not know who has changed to the Penta. But,
oh, yeah.
But we do see the Penta getting hit. So he should lose positions here.
That's later.
Yeah, Mati takes the 3rd place, so it is once again top 3 for Poland. And we do see Killer and Mati exchanging here, but he just loses fire. I think that was a misclick there. As I say misclick, but I think he just accidentally cancelled his reserves, trying to do some slowdown tech to try and snipe his shield.
He might have just not had as much reserves as he thought. And we see Paratim come out, but the Polish player actually dodged, so that's kind of going to benefit Poland quite a bit, actually. Maybe not as much, considering Mati got taken out by it.
I mean, they've got such a lead, I can't see them. I think they both dodged, so they should both be fine. They'll both secure top 2 positions. But
now it's up to the Penta to fight.
He's just going to hold on.
4th.
Yeah, he's just going to hold on to that, I believe. Yeah, they are neck and neck on the minimap. But whether 5 can actually do anything to catch up, we shall see. It's not looking like it, but no, he does secure that 3rd position. But still, 1-2-4 for Poland is very nice indeed. So that is another strong win for Poland.
Now Poland is starting to break away coming into the final 2 races. If they can win this next race by 5, then they've secured the win.
Yep, that was the break.
At least a draw.
Yeah, that was the break in the chain. The break in the pattern, should I say? It's been going back and forth every race. Win loss, win loss, win loss, win loss. But now it's just been that double win from Poland, with at least top 2 each time. They got 1, 2, 3, and they got 1, 2, 4 those last 2 races. So very strong positions. I just made that small gap, but it can all still be lost in 1 race. So it is not by any means over, and we do have 2 races remaining. Going into
Miss Arcade. Will be mystery Ks. Well, Miss Arcades?
Yeah. Miss Arcade.
Or Pulsar Kids, as it's become nowadays.
Yeah.
And it's quite a rewarding pulse vid because it's pretty difficult. It's not too difficult, but it's easy to mess up, so. It's a nice one.
Caves and Dragon Mines are two. Well, Dragon Mine's more so a chaotic track, you know, especially in lap 1, and you know you can get lap hits because the track is so short. Caves is like, I think items are really prominent on Caves, and how you use them. Because you can get a nice breakaway on those tracks, but you know you don't really have a fast fire on Caves, so it doesn't have that much of an effect. But we shall see. I think it will take some nice item plays to make a difference on both of these tracks. But going back to what we were saying earlier, I think, you know, both of these teams played last year, but we do see significant team differences in the teams for Latin America and Poland, and both of these teams seem a lot stronger than they were last year. Poland especially have improved a lot. You know, they didn't really have a A-team lineup, like a full A-team lineup, but
actually,
this year their players have improved. Go on.
Last year the seeding phase was 8 tracks and they won by 14, and now after 8 tracks Poland are winning by 14, so maybe history does repeat itself. The question is, what will happen if they had 2 extra tracks to play with?
Yeah.
Perhaps Latin America would have turned it around last year, and maybe they'll turn it around this year.
Just may be the case, but yeah.
What would be even more spooky if we looked at the point difference and it was the exact same wins and losses.
The exact same table. The exact same table. But nonetheless, we are starting Mystery Caves. We see Killer going tight and Yana going wide, and he does get that mass by going wide, but will it be effective enough? Will he catch up to the rest of the field, as he is unjuiced? And it doesn't
He won't exactly reach first, but luckily for him, his teammate is 5 in first, so...
Yeah, but 5 does get hit, it seems. So, Troya is currently in first. Oh no, maybe not. Its positions are changing. It's going a bit frantic at the front here, but we do not get a good view of what is going on exactly at the front. You can just see Killer in 4th place, as 5 is battling Lighty. So, Dongitos is up there in the mix as well. As we see Sergio coming past Killer with a mask. And we see some carnage going on at the front there.
While 5 got taken out, Sergio managed to sneak up into first, so now...
Yeah, that I didn't quite see what was going on, but there seemed to be a lot of back and forth there with those players.
Meanwhile, we see Yana holding a mask here. If he used it right, he could... Oh, he hit the flame there.
He hits the fire. He hit the fire. I think he just moved...
That was quite questionable.
Yeah, I mean, I think he moved a little bit to the left because 5 was coming through the mask. So... But it just ended as he passed him, so I don't know.
Seeing quite a few team kills in this race from both teams.
This is definitely a frantic race, nonetheless. As we see our POVs...
Definitely feeling pressure, I suppose.
Yeah, I mean, these races are important. Neither team
now
wants to
Latin
take a big
America
loss
have taken first here, so Zerzio and 5, they're getting hit.
Yeah, Sergio gets absolutely destroyed.
Latin America's right now in top 4, but that can easily change with 1 power item or 1 strong mask.
Yeah, Poland are going to need something special here, or a nice power item to make a difference here. Even 4th position has a shield and is protected, so is 3rd position, so these 2 positions are going to be fairly secured, even if the top 2 are hit by an orb.
Pretty strong.
This is not looking...
We got Yannick catching up with a mask. It should... He should be able to reach Killer, but he went wide a bit, so he didn't get as much distance as he could have. He's got triple missiles, which could easily cause damage, but that...
does take the shield, but he does have a nitro, and he's going to place that to avoid that next missile hit. But...
And that's the point where Killer could actually do pulse win and escape. But it looks like he's going to play it safe. He doesn't want to risking hit in that initial speed up phase.
But this is looking fairly secure here for Latin America. But he does lose fire. He does clip the corner there. He does hit the wall.
But both are itemless. He's got a shield, so he's going to take out
Yana down. Yeah, he takes Yana down. So he's just going to be worried about the other players that are following close behind him. This 5 is not far behind, but not that much further ahead of the Yana. But 5 only has a blue shield. Yana
The
has a
orb
mask.
comes up, but he's
Orb
rolled
comes
a
out.
shield to counter it, so this is most likely going to stay as top 4 for
Yeah.
Latin America.
That is not what I want to see. That is brutal, but a nice top 4 there from Latin America. And to completely turn the points on its head. So it's all going to be to play for in the final race in Dragon Mines. So that is going to be a crazy one to say the least. It's going to be a battle royale, I'd say. Yeah, so as we see here, +5 for Latin America. So, yeah, this is definitely all to play for. So, either way, Poland are going to need a large-ish win. Well, they need to win by more than 5 points to get the win.
This is going to be... If it's as frantic with the items as that race, then this Dragon Mines is going to be pretty...
the pressure
pretty
on these guys.
eventful.
The pressure on these guys as well. You know, just to think that both of these teams' futures now rely on this last race in Dragon Mines. Of all the tracks to have as the decider, Dragon Mines. You know,
It must have crossed Latin America's mind while they were doing the draft that Dragon Mines could easily be their make it or break it track.
It's definitely a make it or break it track, to say the least. Are we going to see some kart cycle shenanigans going on? Are we going to see some... Well, there won't be any cutscene skips because I believe, 5 is on PS5, so... Yeah, this is definitely going to be crazy, to say the least. We might see some lap hit potentials as well.
Some carnage in the shortcut and lap 1.
Yes.
Everyone's
This is going to be the gamble,
up.
isn't it? The shortcut is always the gamble. Does the team know that the shortcut is trapped? Is the shortcut trapped? Is it cleared? Ooh. This is lining up to be quite the finale here on race 10.
No, they're keeping the... They're keeping us waiting because somebody's disconnected from the lobby.
Ah, yes, so you need to have some classic NF lobbying issues. Otherwise, it wouldn't be a war in NF if we didn't have those lobby issues. Just building the suspense going into the last race, making everyone nervous.
Yeah, I think this has probably been one of the slower matches so far in terms of lobby stooling.
Yeah,
it's all,
kind of
it's all been
unfortunate.
coming from Latin America's side, so good on Poland to have the patience.
Yeah. But I mean, nobody likes to see stalling, to say the least. But we shall see who comes out on top here. Ooh. I would not like to put money on either of these teams right now. This could definitely go either way.
Yeah, and it's a shame that these are the two teams we have fighting for elimination, fighting to escape elimination, because they're actually both very strong teams. They've just so far had like some really brutal opponents. Like these two teams, they have pretty decent point differences in comparison with a lot of other teams. Like Latin America, they got point difference of 72.
Yeah, they've had some really close matches throughout this whole tournament, it seems, but neither teams, unfortunately, are really secured the wins in those matches, or even if they made the matches close. But yeah, I mean, that just kind of goes to show how the standard has been raised since last year. You know, because last year when we had the World Cup, Pulsefit had literally just been discovered. I'm not entirely sure if Super Engine pulse was even a thing. I know the Speed Ghost type pulse with like rouge tubes was a thing, but
Yeah, there was only 2 or 3 tracks that actually had
yeah.
people using pulse.
But even then, like now, people are a lot more have practiced a lot more with it, and it's been developed on. Players have developed a lot with their skills. It just goes to show the quality of the World Cup this year, how the teams are that much closer in the midfield and bottom field. But this will be the deciding race here, as we are about to see the lights go green. See both players in first place. Yane does do the slowdown and pulls a mask lap 1. How much damage will he cause here? Will he be able to get through the whole field? But he does not take the shortcut.
To avoid it.
Yeah, he avoids the shortcut because he didn't want to hit his teammate there. But we do see a Poland top 4 momentarily there. But yeah, they are. They do
up in 4th. He's got a shot.
It's going to be interesting to see what he can do here to destroy this top 3 that Poland currently have. Poland don't have much.
Looks like Matty lost reserves, but so did Killer, so...
Oh, but he takes Killer out with a bomb. And he just pulled that shield just in time to avoid being squashed by the minecart.
Matty's fallen down, so now Dong's up in 3rd place.
Yes, and we know how much damage Dong can do. But Yane does have a shield, thankfully, so unless Dong has multiple missiles, he should be safe.
Looks like he does have multiple missiles, and it's going to
crack. Gets hit.
And 5 has fallen as well, so now Dong's going to have a ticket up into 1st place here, and 5's been taken out by Dong, so Dong's just ended their top 2 right there.
And Killer just makes his way up through the field with those missiles and takes out half the Polish team. This is looking horrible. They've completely turned this top 3 around now.
And now Matty's been taken out as well, so it's a pretty secure top 2 for Latin America.
Yep. Top 2 is all they need. If they can just keep those positions, they have won this. And it's going to be quite the big ask with 1 lap remaining. But we do see an orb come into play. So will this have an effect? Are the Polish players protected? It doesn't seem they are protected, so it looks like they might even lose positions here. So we have top 2 guaranteed pretty much, as long as they can get over the line here and we don't see any power items or any shenanigans on the shortcut. But Troya is in 3rd position, and this is not looking good with Yana only trying to... Well, it's Matty, excuse me. Oh no, I believe he's lapping Matty. Okay, this is not good. But that will be it. That is top 3 at the minimum for Latin America, and they do secure the win for that war. So that was a very important win and quite the turnaround from the earlier laps.
Did you see where Matty finished?
Did
he finish in 4th?
I don't know. I don't know if his position glitched. I don't know if he was 8th or 4th. But regardless, Latin America have won. And yeah, that was a very close war, and it's such a shame to see Poland lose. You know, they had that top 3 earlier on. But, you know, all it took was some slight mistakes. I mean, 5 fell off on the shortcut there, and I believe Yane got hit with a missile from Dongito's missile following through the shortcut. And I think that was just a big turning point.
I'm gonna guess that Matty finished either in 4th or 5th. Oh, well, I've given him 7 apparently. Interesting. Okay.
Interesting point score. But
that would make it plus 16.
Yeah, I mean, we will get confirmation either way on where Matty did finish.
Looks like I was right, actually.
Okay.
Lucky guess.
Okay. So either way, we do see a Latin America win, and I'm pretty sure that guarantees Latin America are through. So,
but it doesn't guarantee that Poland are out, because
yes,
there's still we've got 2 other matches with teams fighting. We've got Spain versus UK, and UK, if they lose that match, then they're also in the potential teams to get knocked out.
Okay.
And also Peru versus Australia. If Australia managed to beat Peru, then Peru are also at risk.
I think that will play a more important factor in this. I think Poland are definitely going to want Australia to win against Peru. So then the tiebreaker points can come into play. But yeah.
But also, if UK lose that war, then Poland have the higher point difference, and there's no tiebreakers, so Poland would finish higher on the board.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I'm just mathing right now. But yeah, if Peru win, who did GB win with? Who did they beat?
They beat Peru.
Okay. So if Peru win that game, they lose their tiebreaker point. Because Peru would be on 2 points. So Poland would move ahead of them. But so it's not completely over yet for Poland, but it is out of their hands regardless. So
yes.
It's completely out of their hands whether they qualify now. They've done all that they could. Unfortunately, couldn't secure the win here to guarantee the win, but Latin America, as we do see the table now update, and Peru have lost their tiebreaker point as they did beat Latin America. So they are currently in 16th and qualified, but that highly depends on, I think it is the next match of Peru versus Australia. And Peru, I'd probably say, are favourites going into this because Australia just haven't looked strong at all so far, sadly. They just haven't been able to keep up with the rest of the teams. So I'd say Peru are definitely the favourites going into that, so they should secure that second point that they need. And that would mean Great Britain and Ireland will lose their tiebreaker point, so it'd be down to points difference with those teams that are only on 1 point each. So then Great Britain and Ireland would have to beat Spain. I believe that is the scenario anyway, regardless.
Yes. So, like you said, it's pretty much out of Poland's hands now, whether they make it in or not. You'll just have to wait and see. We've got Peru and Australia playing in around 6 hours.
Will either of those matches, will that match be streamed, or do we not know yet?
I cannot say for certain. And then the other match between UK and Spain will be happening tomorrow.
Okay.
At 9 p.m. UTC.
Okay. So that is yet to be added to the schedule, but will be shortly. So we do have a lot of matches going on tomorrow. So it seems the qualifier of who does finally qualify will be decided by the end of tomorrow.
I think that sums up this match. So let's have a look. Alright. So we're at the end of the match. 203 to Latin America, 187 to Poland. That's a 16-point difference. We see strong performance from both teams. Dongito's almost racking up 70 points. So it's definitely had a big impact on that match. He did a lot of damage in that final race.
Yeah, playing very well. He was a key component there in that last race.
And meanwhile, on the other team, Five has been... I wouldn't say he had as much of an impact on the final positions. He was scoring a lot of points, but we also saw Yannick I'd say he probably was the MVP for Poland in that match, just based on the fact that he could roll those masks that made a big difference at the start of the race. And he managed to secure quite a few positions, especially in the second half. Unfortunately, that one mask he rolled on Dragon Mines wasn't enough to secure them the win.
They couldn't keep that top 3 positions because it is hard to keep the top 3 and track like Dragon Mines with power item potential.
I think other than that, we've pretty much said everything about this match. So stay tuned, keep an eye on the channel, keep an eye on the Twitter page and the World Cup chats on Discord if you're not already in the server. I think there's a command. There you go. And then you can take a look at the leaderboards. Where is that? That's not the command. Standings? What's the command? There you go. But anyways, thank you all for watching. We'll see you all tomorrow. Tomorrow's going to be very eventful. We got, what, 5 matches happening tomorrow?
Yep.
So that's going to be an interesting one.
Plenty of quality matches.
We'll try and stream as many as we can, but they're going to overlap a bit, so we can't promise too much. But we'll try and get the second channel running, so if you're not following that, CTR Competitive 2. So make sure you follow that. Other than that, thank you for watching. I'm going to end the stream here. See you all soon.